I guess we are live. So yep. So that now I have revised all the like basic concepts for the data structure. So I was planning to start with the array 101. So we have a lot of things on the lead code to learn, like graphs, array, linked list, binary tree. So I think I'll start with array and then linked list, and then maybe hash tables, then binary search tree, or like array and string, stack queue, decision tree. So yep, let's start with array. So like basic concept I already know most of them. So and I think I have covered few of them already. So let's start with this maximum consecutive ones. Let's see if I'm able to solve this problem or not. It is, I guess, easy problem, but I'll start fresh. So given a binary array nums, return the maximum number of consecutive ones in the array. So okay, so like we have input 110 111, and then the output is 3. So maximum consecutive ones are like these are ones. Over here it will be 2 because we see that we have 2 ones. Constraints are that, and the length of the array will be like 1 or more than 1, and then less than 10 to the power 5, and then nums of I, like the digits in the array will be 0 or 1. So yep, so how will we approach this problem? So let me think. So what we can do is that we can keep one variable max, like which will keep track of how many. Yep. So so max variable will keep track of maximum till now, and then like how we'll keep track that, like we'll start from 1, and then we'll look if the next one is like next digit in the array is 0 or 1. If it is 1, then like keep incrementing the max counter, and if it is like 0, then like that will be the maximum till now. So for example, if we start with this one, so like max will be 1 here, then max will be 2, then again 0. So we'll start fresh again until now max is 2. After that max will again start, like suppose that we are like taking another max, so like local max. So local max will again start with 1, and then 2, and then 3. So it will check with the maximum value till now. If it is more than that, then update the global max, something like that. I'm just thinking out loud. So so now yep, this is how I think it will be solved, but let us see how we'll convert that into code. So let's check a variable max and keep it 0 for now. So now we'll iterate the array. So for I in range length of nums for I in range. I'm not very good with Python either, but I think this is valid for function. So for I in range, I can say like if I take the length of nums, then it will start from 0 to let's do it like this. I'm horrible at Python, but I still try to solve everything with Python. I do not know why, but yeah, let's check out like this. Okay, so for I in range from 0 to length minus 1, length of nums minus 1. Now what we need to do is that so suppose that, for example, suppose that we have 0 0 0 0 and then 1 1 1, something like that. So in this case what will happen, first we need to check if the number is 0 or 1. If it is 0, then skip until we find 1. So like if nums of I equals 0, then continue. If now like if it is not 0, so if nums of I equals 1, so suppose that we found out 1, like 1, okay, then what I'll do, I'll assign max as 1, and if the next number if nums of I plus 1 is also 1, then max will be max plus 1. Okay, I think this will work or not, let's see. So if I found 1, then I'm assigning max as 1. If the next number is also 1, then max will be max plus 1. I'll increment max by 1. If it is not, suppose that if else if the next number is also 1, then increment the max. I think I should also keep one global max, like, and then compare. If the next number is also 1, then increment the max. Okay, now the max is incremented. If it is not, suppose that we have 0 over here. If it is not, let's assume this test case. 1, and then we have suppose 0 over here. So in this case, like I have 1 for the first iteration, I have 1. and then next is also 1, so max will be 2. Then the second iteration it is 1, the next one is not 1, so max if it is not, then I guess continue, I would say. But again, I guess once the max is like 2, then if it will come here, then it will increment the counter to 3. So I need to keep one global max, maybe max global. Zero. Why is it in green? Max G. Why is this in green? Leave it, whatever. So max J, and then max L. I guess once you put L, so I do not know. So max L, max L, and then max L. If you found out 0, then continue. If it was 1, then assign max L as 1. If next number is 1 as well, then increment the local max. And then check if this is very noob solution, but I'll see. Max L, this is local, then what I'll do, let's see. Okay, so continue. Let's iterate again. So max of L is 1 incremented, and keep the max L, and here what I'll do, I'll assign global max, I guess. Max G is max, but again it will reset if I start with 0. Yep, so I guess Here what I need to do is once I encounter 0, then keep the max as max, and so once I encounter 0, what I'll do, I'll update the global max. So for example this one, so I got 1 and then the another one, so max will be 2, and then once I got a 0, then I'll update the global max and reset the, yeah, once we get a 0, what we need to do is global max g will be equal to max L, and then max L will be equal to 0. Like I'll reset the counter, and then the till now whatever max value was there, max L will be assigned to the max G, right? So this one seems pretty promising. So what will happen? Let's see this example only, this one. So if I take this, so what do we have? First we encounter it is not 0, so it will not come here, it will continue. It is not 0, okay, so it will come here, and if like max will be assigned to 1, max local, then next one is also then max plus 1, okay, so max local is now 2. Now what will happen, that again the next will come here, it is 1, so it will come here, and max I'm assigning this as 1, so again max will be reset to 1. This is wrong. So I guess max plus 1 and by the way this condition can be like coupled with and works like this, or like it is and nums of this one is also here. So what I'll do, so if max of I is 1 and max of I, nums of I is 1 and nums of I plus 1 is also 1, then like max of G, let's max keep the max local as 1. Suppose that I kept it 1, okay, so but this one will always be 1, maximum consecutive. So I incremented the counter. Yeah, so let's test it on this use case. So we have 1, and then okay, so it will come here, so this will, like, if it is 0, which is not, else if it is 1, then it will, and the next one is also 1, then max of L will be 2. Now again it will come over here, so it will come over here, but again this condition does not match, so like it will skip else continue. So it will come here, so next one is not 1, so it will again continue. Then it came here. What it did now is that it found out 0, then max of global will be assigned to the max of local, which was 2. Okay, so max global will be now 2, and then max of local will again reset to 0. I think I should reset to 0 or 1. Let's reset to 1. For now, I think one test case will be missing in this case when we are taking max local as 1. But for now, let's test it. Like if we have 0 all over, then this function will fail. So max, I'll reset it to 1. Then what will happen? It will come here. Now what is happening that this condition justifies, so max will be 2, which is wrong, so let's keep it 0. So max will be max plus 1, then again it will come here, it's again satisfied, and this counter is okay because once it come here, okay, and this condition satisfies, then max will be 2 because this condition will be match. Then again once it comes here, then max will be max 1 plus 1 because next one is also 1, so max will be 3. And then once it will come here, then this condition will not satisfy because there, but it will throw me overflow, I guess, because nums of I plus 1 will not exist, right? Okay, so I can also keep one more condition that nums of I plus 1 exist and nums of I plus 1. I'll see how to handle these types of like edge cases and nums of I plus 1. So in this case this will be false, so it will be assigned to 3, and then let's continue. At the end what will happen, I'll return max of G. And let's test it with a custom case. This one run code. For this one I think it should pass, but let's see. Yeah, finished. Nope, answer is different. Expected answer 3. So let's see what happened here. So for this one, this condition was true, so it assigned max as 2 over here, max L. Then we got 0, then we ended up here, so max G was like now max 2, and then max L was assigned back to 1. Then continue, then we came here, then nums of I is 1, which is correct, and then nums of I plus 1 is also 1, which is correct, and nums of I plus 1 exist, which is correct. Then max is now 2, max of local is now 2. Okay, then it came here. For this, max of I exist is 1, max of I plus 1 is 1, and nums of I is 1. I mean nums of I also exist, so this will take max of L, which was 2 plus 3. Okay, So this condition will match. So this should be 3, right? Max of L will be 3. But now we are not assigning max of G anywhere. Yep, so we are returning max of G, but over here max of L is 3. But do I really need max of G? Max of G, yes, I need it, I guess. So now once like at the end, I guess I can assign max of G is max of 1. Let's see, because this will be the end condition. Run code. So max of G, this will not come in else condition, right? Over here, now max of L is 3 here. So either it is 0 or end of the list. Next one, it will not be true because 1 is not 0. I guess what I'll do, this exists, and if another if is if like nums of I plus 1 is if I plus 1 is the like length of I plus 1. No, okay, wait. If it is like last element, so how do we check if it is last? If like index is for now length of nums minus 1, actually minus 2, then max of G is max of L. So what will happen now is that suppose that we are here, I is this one, so 0 1 2 3 4, length was 1 2 3 4 5 6, so 6 minus 2 4, which is right. Then again what I'll do, I'll assign max of G with max of L. Let's see, these are very easy questions, but so now this one is passing, but let's test with this use case. Test case. Can we club together? I guess we can. Run code. Yep. Now what we need to do is that so the other case that we are missing is that if we have 0 0 all over, like suppose that it is 0, then this will fail, I guess. Wait, if I have 0, I'm getting 0. How? 0. Yep, wrong answer because your answer was 1 and this should be 0. Yep. So I guess max of G will be max of L, which was 1, which is wrong. Alright, so and the other test case that I want to like test it with is 1 1 1 1 1 1. Does it pass this one? So this one is true. Only test cases that I need to handle is this 0 0 0. If all the elements are 0, then what will happen? Yep, this one is wrong. All other answers are right. Okay, let's do it. So now, suppose we got 0. Then we got 0, then max was max of L, which is 1. I guess I can keep it 0 here. But if I keep it 0, then this one will break. If max of L is 0, let's put it 0 and then see it will fail all the test cases. 3 2 4 5. So this one is failing. Yep, so let's keep it 1. I don't know what to do now. So we have 0 0 0 0. Like it took me approximately I think it will take me approximately 50 minutes to solve an easy problem on LeetCode, which is bad. But let's see. Can we look at the hint? You need to think about 2 things as far as any window is concerned. One is the starting point of the window. How do you detect the new window of once has started? The next part is detecting the ending point for this window. End point will be when you have like next one is like next number is 0, so that will be the ending window, I guess. How do you detect the ending point of the existing window? If you figure these 2 things out, you'll be able to detect the window of consecutive ones. All that remains afterward to find longest such window, return the size. Yup, that is what I'm doing here, but I guess I can put some condition over here that if every number is 0, then it will never go inside this condition, right? So like one temporary solution can be like one flag, let's give it 0. If here what we'll do, if anything, flag will take to 1. If flag is 0 means it never went inside this case, then max of, but this is a horrible solution, although then max of g will be 0. Max of g will be 0 if flag never turns. So in this case I think all the test cases should pass. Is it judging? Finished? Yep, all the test cases are passing. Let's submit it and then I'll see. Wrong answer 1. No. Nice. So if we have 1 and if we have 0, always like you should always put some edge cases, otherwise it will always be wrong answer. Okay, so if the input is 1, suppose it is 1, so like it went here, flag was 1, max of L was 1, and it assigned it as 2. Nice, this is wrong. So I think the solution should be max of L should be assigned as 0, and from there we can think about some solution, because assigning it 1 at the very beginning is not good in my opinion. So let's remove this flag as well, because this flag is overhead. Now now we have local and global, both are assigned to 0. So let's work for this solution. So like it is not 0, it will not come here, and it will continue, like it will not come here, so it will come here over here. So max of I is 1, which is true, and max of I, so it will also not come here. It will also not come here, so interesting. So max of L I think I should nest it instead of putting it in one line. If I nest it, if this whole condition, and then put it here. Then if like it is 1, then max will be max plus 1, which will assign to 1. And max of L will be assigned to 1, which is good. And if max of I is also 1 and the last digit exists, then again increment 1. Let's keep the solution somewhere temporary. Break animation. So what I'm thinking is that let's assign it 0, and then next thing nested if else will be a good way. What is this? So next is in test, like demo test.py. So let's copy this code and put it here. Now once this condition also satisfies, then what I'll do, I'll increment max of L as max of L plus 1. Okay. Now what? So I changed the whole algorithm now. So what happens is that it will not come here. So max will be 1 max of local, and then max so now this condition will not suffice. Okay, if it is not, then I can update the global. Nope. Now take this for this one use case. So this one was 1, max will be 1, then again it will come here, then it will come here, and then again max will be 2, and max will then become 3 because this condition also satisfies. Now next it will come here, but once I think this condition That global one was right, so we can return global over here. Wait, so copy this one and if we found out that we are at the end of the list, and then return max of G. I found out that we are at the end of the list. But for this, so this one use case will be okay, but for one it will not pass. I think what I can do is that this condition can be nested one level up. So if number is 1, it will assign as like 0 plus 1, and if next one is also 1, then max will be assigned to 2, and if we are at the end of the list, then assign max G as G. Let's see, a lot of wrong answer. Runtime error, max 1 is not defined. Max 1, max L, max L, max L. All the answers are wrong. So yep. So what is happening here? I'll put it on to do maybe, because so suppose that we are testing for 1 1. Let's take the first use case only, this one, and we are getting wrong answer, which is good to test. So if it is not this condition, then it will come here, which is 1, then it will like increment the max local by 1, then it will come here, next one is 1 and it exists, then it will increment by 1, which is now 2. This condition does not suffice, then it will come to the next. As soon as it comes to the next, then max of G will be max of L, which was 2, which is good. Now max of L is again 0. Now continue. Now it came here, so max will be again 1, then max will become 2. This condition does not suffice, it will come here, max will become it was 2, right? Then it will become 3 over here only, which is not good. I'm getting one more, right? Expected 3, yeah, exactly one more, because this condition will increment one more. So I think I need some break, because this is fairly easy problem, but I'm not able to solve it. And the time is also up. I think I'll take some break.
Yo.
Hi there. So I'll try to skip this problem because it is taking too much time. So I'll like attend it again tomorrow, and if it works then fine, otherwise I'll have a look at the solution. But for now I think it will be better to skip it, because sometimes if you give some time then it will works, like next day it works. So that works. So let's see. So like I know the algorithm how like to track the window and keep it, but I'm unable to like actually convert it into a code, which is like as essential as knowing the algorithm. So I'll try it again. Can we tag it as to do somewhere? If not, then leave it. It will not be checked here, so I'll start again. Next question. So find numbers with even numbers of digits. Okay, given an array of nums of integer, return how many of them contains an even number of digits. So for example, this one output is 2, so like this one is even, this one is even with 12 contains 2 digits. Achha, okay, so we need to check the number of digits in one number. So like this one contains 3 digits, so it is odd. This one is 4, so it is even. Yep. So like for this one 3 3 3 and then 4, so 1 will be output only. This contains the even number of digits. The constraints are that length will be less than 500 and individual number will be somewhere between 1 to 10 per 5. So let's think about it. So like counting the number of digit, I think we need to take modulo something. Take modulo until we find so suppose that this one is the number. Okay, so if we take modulo with so this is basically how would you count the number of digits. So we'll take one counter max or like even numbers, and then we'll iterate and then we'll find out. Okay, so answer for now will be 0 for I in range 0 to length of nums -1. Okay, now counting number of digits. So like if I take modulo with 10, because this is base 10, so like 10 modulo 12, let's see. So Python 3, yep. So like 10 mod and like 12. What is mod operation in Python? Modulo in Python percentage. Okay, so 12 percentage 10 is 2 and 3. 4% 10 is 3. So it will give me this last digit. So 12 percentage 10 is 2, then 2 percentage 10 is 2. Okay, so like how to count the number of digits? Do I need to use some bit manipulation? digits. So like counting number of digits is the main like in the efficient way. How to compute the number of digits of a number? Divide the number by 10 again and again to get the number of digits. So if I divide it by 10, then I have 1.2, then 1.2 divided by 10, like it is 0, so it is 2 digits, but 1 2 3 4 divided by 10, so 1 2 3, then 1 2 3.4 divided by 10, so 1 2 2.34, like, so I think, yeah, till we reach 0. So first will be like, it will point, decimal will come here, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Once we reach less than 0, so that is the number of digits, and if the number of digits is even, then increment the counter. So not modulo, but the division will work. Like division takes the pointer, right? And once we achieve 0, it means like we have reached the end of the number, I mean beginning of the number. So let's for I in range, so I think we can use while loop. So first let's take one variable temp, maybe. So temp will be equal to nums. I can see that while nums of I divide by 10 is not equal to 0. It's not equal to 0, less than 0. It's not equal to less than 0, like greater than 0. So if I divide it, the number by 10, and while till it is greater than 0, till it is greater than 0, while number of I divided by 10 is greater than 0. Wait, let me first let temp is number of I divided by 10. So while temp is greater than 0, again divide temp by 10, So first I divided it by 0. Okay, then like this is the first division. Then if temp is greater than 0, then divide it again and then keep a counter, assign it to 0. So counter plus equals 1, plus equals 1 or not, I don't know. So counter plus 1, so while temp greater than 0, but it will be greater than 0 even if I receive 0.001, so that this condition is wrong. Like decimal of if you take the like integer part of the number, and then that one is how to take integer part of a number. So take integer from number Python, so int of, right, int of input. So if int of temp int of temp is greater than 0, so divide temp by 10 again, then increment the counter, okay, and keep incrementing. Now if counter countr modulo 2 equals 0, then answer equals answer plus 1, and then return answer. This one will like miss, I guess, 1 or 2 number, but let's see. Time limit exceeds. Again, this one is not it is going in infinite loop, I guess. So while it is greater than 0, at one point temp will be like less than nums of I divided by 10. So take an example first. Let's take this example. Suppose we have 1 2 3 4. So counter was 0, and then temp was nums of I, which is 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4 divided by 10, so 1 2 3 4 1 2 3.5.4. It is so integer part will be 1 2 3, so 1 2 3 greater than 0, so temp was 1 2 3.4 divide by 10 again, so 1 2.34, and counter I incremented by 1. Now int part of 10 is 1 2, which is greater than 1 2 3. 2.34 divided by 10, so 1.234. Let's print out the value of temp. It is going inside infinite loop while int of temp is greater than 0. Int of temp. What is int of temp? Let's see. So int of 1 to 3.4 or 3. So 1 to 3, which is good. 1.2, 1.2, it is always. Okay, so 1 to 3, counter was 0, temp was. This is last output, I guess. Oh my god, this is very big. This is infinite loop. Let's solve it here. List and remove it. Nums, we do not need self. And numbers, and then 4, then Python 3 test.py. This needs to be print. Zero. And I think I first need to practice a little bit on the language itself before solving the LeetCode directly, but let's see. So once we enter inside this one, let's see if it is printing this. Print I, which is not being printed, it is not going inside this. So for I in range 0 to length of nums, which is 1. So this is not going inside this array. Why? For I in range 0 to 1, print I. So nums, length of nums minus 1. Okay, so I just need to go from 0 to 1. So I should have better command on the Python first. 1 2 3 1 4, you can see. So first of all, this is wrong. Now I'll try this one again because this one is wrong. It will automatically go back to the one, but let's see. Come back to here. So yep. So for I in range 0 to up to length, so this one is not like it starts from here and then this one is excluded like length all automatically. So if I run this one, then I'm getting this 1 to 3.4. But I'm dividing it again over here. Why this high is not being printed? Why it might be printed in the first time? So I'm gonna remove this counter temp nums of I, which is like 1 2 3 4 divided by 10, while this one is greater than 0. Again divide 10 by 10, divide 10 by 10, increment counter by 1, and so I hope that int of temp is not print the temp here. Let's print it before. If I print it before, then 1 2 3 go, and then cancel. While so for I in range 0 to length, counter 0, temp nums of I divided by 10, while temp nums of I can directly replace this nums of I with temp. No, I cannot. So temp nums of I divided by 10, while int of temp is greater than 0, divide again temp with 10, okay, then counter is incrementing, then again temp is temp divided by 10. Will this work? Nope. Temp is temp divided by 10. Now again so why is this not assigning? So temp is equal to temp divided by 10. So if if I print temp over here, so 1 to 3.4, where is this 1 coming from? This answer. So counter is 0, 0 modulo 2 is 0, so it is 1. Now int of temp, print int of temp, then again print temp, because I hope this is not reassigning it to something very different. So yep, this is like good. So this all is working fine, while end of term is greater than 0. Is this condition right? Greater than 0. At one point what will happen, that again I'm dividing 10 by 10. This division is not taking place. So 1 to 3.4 divided by 10. If I do 1 to 3.4 divided by 10, so it is 12.34. It should happen this. Temp zero. Hey, nice. So it did. Now it is not going inside a loop. So 1.2.34, 1.2, 1.34. Nice. So now counter should be incrementing. So print counter. Counter 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. But the number was 1, 2, 3, 4. Counter plus. So if I pass it 1. So if I pass it 1, then what happens? Then it went for I in the range length of 1 time. So this condition was true. So it incremented by 1 because 1 modulo 2 is 0. Is it correct? One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4. Counter plus 1. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 1 2. Let's remove this print as well. So 1 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. So 1 2 3 4 5 odd, even 3, but the answer is 1. So what is happening here? 1 2. So 1 2 3. Is it right? I guess it is. If I put 0 0, if I put 0, then what happens? 3 only. Let's try out this solution. Oops, indent by 1. Run the code. Let's input some more custom test cases. This one. Then of course 961 is already there. 2121. And then nums of I will be this, length will be more than 1 if I put 0, if I put 1, if I put 0 0, if I put 1 1. Let's see what happens. Invalid test case. So this one is like, I guess, invalid. Nums must consist of value from 1 to 1000 only. So okay, 1 0 cannot be a test case. 2101. Let's submit. Accepted. More detail. You are here. Your runtime beats 14% of the person submission. This is horrible. You are here. Your memory uses beats 82%. Like people are here as well. And runtime is too much. So now we need to think about something. So this is good, but with respect to time complexity, it is not good, because this while loop is this while loop will take some time for every digit. If the digit is like, we can see that the digit can be somewhere 10 to the power 5. So for that it will take a lot of time, this while loop. But 10 to the power 5, it will take 5 times, right? So like it will divide 5 times, right? Yep. So let's see. So I'll accept that solution, and then I'll solve it again, maybe sometime when I'll do a second revision. Next question is squares of a sorted array. Given an integer array nums sorted in non-decreasing order, return an array of square of each sorted in non-decreasing order. So like this one, so square. First I need to find out the square and then I need to sort it. After squaring the arrays become this, and then we need to sort it. So basically yep, like one, so sorting has to happen, right? So first if I take a square, so like the dumbest solution will be something like this, is that for I in range, I think this works, right? Length of nums, let's see if it works or not. So for I in range length of nums, it is 3 only. Yep. So for I in range length of nums, nums of I equals nums of I to the power 2, right? And let's then return nums dot sort sort Python list dot sort dot sort. So this is your answer. Nums, what is this? So first I did was nums of I is nums of I into nums of I took a square. First let's print the nums of I, print nums of I. So if I run this test case, so std out is 8. How the heck is that is happening? Nums of not I but nums of, I'm just printing the whole. So std out is -2 -3 2. This is horrible. Nums of I multiply by nums of I power is 2. Yup. So 16 10 900. Then return nums dot sort. Your answer 0. Expected this one. By the way, power in Python, the Python square operator is used to raise a number of the Python power exponents in the body this power. Okay, so not, so here I can use double star too. So I'm learning the language along the way, so it is not the best way but it's good. So for I in range this, what I did, I first squared all the numbers, then I'm just returning nums array dot sort, but my output is 0. Why is that? If I return nums, then does it return anything? Yep, this one. Now if I'm applying sort method on this one, then what is happening? Cars dot sort. sort. Nums dot sort. If I reassign it, nums is nums dot sort, then return the nums, but this is like it sorts but it does not return, I guess. So the output nums is empty. Why is this empty? RETURN-NUMS. First I need to learn the language. So nums, I mostly work on JavaScript, but this is okay. So if I did suppose this, and then I'm just not, and now I'm returning nums. So what that sort is doing, sort is like if I take 1 2 6 2 1 2 2 6, which is right. So cars is this, and then I'm sorting, then I'm printing. So what seems to be the problem here? I modified the nums array. Now if I'm printing the nums array, then I'm getting this std out. And if I'm returning, wow, so if I'm returning it, then it is okay, but once I sort it, then it is returning empty array. Dot sort returns empty, returns none. List dot sort sorts the list in place, that is, it does not return a new list, just writes. So new list dot sort, and then okay. So list dot sort sorts the list in place, that it does not return a new list, just right. So answer is new list dot sort. So new list dot sort and then new list. Okay, so now what I need to do, nums dot sort and then return nums. So what this will do, it does not return anything, it doesn't return a new list, just writes in place. So it will like sort this array. Now nums is sorted, and now if I return nums, then it should be okay. So this is the like basic, like the brute force, I would say, or yeah, brute force. So first I need to sort it, but what if like if I submit this, it should be accepted, yes, but and if I see where do I last, then I'm somewhere here. People have done it in much better like way. So I guess first I'm trying out to like do it, replace current code, no, reset to default, no, but sorting has to happen, right? Should I look at, I'll look at the answers tomorrow for these problems. So yep, I think 2 questions for this day is enough because I just started, so it is good to go for now. I could not solve this one, and now I know that this is just like this, it will work. So I solved this. Okay, I'll try it again tomorrow. Merge sorted array. I've already solved it. Merge sorted array. So like we have this and this, then we have this. Duplicate zeros. Given a fixed length integer array, duplicate each occurrence of 0, shifting the remaining elements to the right. So like, okay, so we need to duplicate the 0. Whenever 0 occurs, duplicate it. Note that elements beyond the length of the original array are not written. Do the above modification to the input array in place and do not return anything. Got it. So just like replace it, and then whatever comes after it, it does not matter. You just need to return that, like modify the array in place. But I think I'll try it tomorrow. Inserting items into an array. Then array insertion, length, inserting new element at the end of the array. Insertion takes big of n depending on the position. So if we insert it in the beginning or in the middle, so it will take, the average is big of n, and if we are inserting at the end, then it will be constant. So I think tomorrow we'll solve this duplicate zero problem, and till then I need to work a lot because I'm not able to solve very basic questions. But again, it is a beginning, so let's see. So I'm ending the stream now. We'll start it again tomorrow. Thank you.